Welcome to this estate planning presentation, which was brought to you by Walt Zaremba, the principal attorney of the Zaremba Center for Estate Planning and Elder Law. Walt founded this firm 25 years ago. The firm is dedicated to helping people just like you who are interested in creating an estate plan that works when you need it. Sit back while I use Walt's powerful words to describe what an estate plan is and why it's important for you and your family. So, what is an estate? In a word, your estate is your wealth and your health. More specifically, it's everything you've worked a lifetime to acquire. Your estate is tied to your ability to continue to make informed decisions about your wealth and your health, not only for yourself, but in the best interest of everyone you love. So, what naturally follows knowing what your estate is how to plan for that estate. Walt's goal for this presentation is to demonstrate the Zaremba Center estate planning system that completely safeguards your legacy and your family, all while avoiding the cost, stress, and time drain of probate. In other words, he designed this short webinar to explain how his clients protect their estate and loved ones in life, illness, and death, all without subjecting their estate to probate and legal fees, which in Virginia amount to between 4% and 7% of the value of their gross estate. Unbelievably, 67% of Americans have no formal estate plan at all. That means they've unwittingly defaulted to the statutes of the state they die in. These statutes determine who receives your wealth at your death. Their plan, not yours. That, of course, would be the biggest blunder of them all. However, as you'll see, even those who have a plan may find too late that it was not a plan that works. So, how to avoid estate planning blunders? One of the most common estate planning blunders is for you to voluntarily subject your estate to the probate process, which is mandated by will or dying without a will. This failure to plan wisely means subjecting your estate to probate and legal fees of $20,000, $40,000, $60,000 or more. Here in the state of Virginia, if you don't have the proper plan, the cost of probate on average is between 4% and 7% of your gross estate's value. But you can easily avoid this ever happening to your family, which is what you'll see over the next few minutes. But now, take some time to review the points Walt has laid out here. In addition to no plan at all, wills remain the most common estate plan. So, what's wrong with wills? As mentioned, they mandate probate, as we've shown. They also fall short in that they provide no asset protection for your beneficiaries. That would spell trouble for a beneficiary if they were in the middle of a divorce, were facing a lawsuit, or if they received the money before they were mature enough to handle it. Wills could also disrupt the spouse's long-term care needs. Why do so many fail to plan? Procrastination is likely the biggest reason most of us fail to plan for our estate. The problem with those who wait is that none of us can predict the future accurately. Another common misconception is that if we're married, we don't need an estate plan, or that a simple "I love you" will is enough. That's simply not the case. Life is much more complicated. What if the spouse you leave behind is incapacitated? What if you have a blended family of hers, mine, and ours? With a will, the first to die's children might be unintentionally disinherited. In fact, given the law in Virginia and without proper planning, the entire state could go to the survivor's new spouse and their children. I mentioned that wills cannot address your incapacity, so must be shored up by powers of attorney. Your marriage license gives you no authority to make financial or health care decisions for your incapacitated loved one. If you become incapacitated and did not have powers of attorney for health and wealth, the Commonwealth of Virginia has a plan for you. The problem with that plan is that it requires your loved one to petition the court for authority to serve as your guardian for health and your conservator for wealth. In other words, it puts the state in charge of your estate, and there are no guarantees that the judge will agree to your petition. The judge has every right to appoint a friend of the court to serve the interests of your loved one. So by now, you should be getting the impression that wills simply are not designed to address our complicated lives. The good news is that Walt has a better plan, the revocable living trust. As you can see from his chart, unlike any other plan, the revocable living trust is effective from the moment it's created. It is specifically designed to address all of life's stages, including incapacity, death, and beyond. A trust is a contract. Like any contract, it can be amended as life circumstances or one's intentions change. Walt has an easy way of explaining a trust. As he says, a trust has a cast of characters. First, there's the creator of the trust. Walt calls them the trust makers. That's you. Then there's the manager of the trust, known as the trustee, and in the beginning, that's you too. Finally, there are the beneficiaries of the trust assets. Any idea who that might be? Yes, you guessed it. That's you too, or it is until your death when you decide who, how much, and when each beneficiary inherits your trust assets. Your trust clearly lays out your intentions so that assets are never lost or wasted. While the trust avoids probate, and if properly drafted, it will also provide powerful asset protection to your beneficiaries, spendthrift protection, divorce protection, creditor protection, and protection for special needs beneficiaries so that entitlements continue, allowing your wealth to support what would otherwise be a meager lifestyle. Walt has listed the other advantages that trusts provide as well. Here's a pictorial view of how the trust cast of characters interact to accomplish your intentions. It really is as seamless as depicted here, all without the intervention of the courts or other strangers in our lives and the lives of our loved ones. It leaves you and those you designate in control of your life and your estate. As Walt asked me to mention to you in the beginning of this presentation, an estate plan that works consists of a series of interrelated documents that address how your assets and your health should be managed by your appointed agents. He's listed the documents he includes in every estate plan he designs. I think Walt's presentation has provided you with proof that there is no time like the present to design an estate plan that will work for you and your loved ones. Please take advantage of Walt's generous offer to meet with you personally to discuss you, your family, and some of the unique issues that you face. An opportunity to discuss your estate plan and the needs of your family is obviously time well spent, and Walt offers his time without obligation, to you at least, while appointments last. Book that no-obligation appointment online or simply give us a call. Virtual appointments are available if you'd prefer. All you need is a laptop, and the peace of mind of knowing that you have planned for you and your family can be yours.